Television Pool Thailand welcomes you to the live telecast of the Royal Merit Making Ceremony and the chanting of Abidama scriptures for the royal remains of Her Majesty Queen Sirikit, the Queen Mother, at Dusit Maha Prasat Front Hall within the ground of the Grand Palace, Bangkok. Your narrator is Captain Dr. Yongyut Mayalap, and you can listen to this live telecast narrated in English if your television set has a dual language system, or via the website prdwe.prd.go.th and Facebook NBT World. His Majesty the King and Her Majesty the Queen proceed by the Royal Motorcade, accompanied by her noble consort Sininath Pilat Kalayani from Amphonsathan Residential Hall to the Dusit Maha Prasat Front Hall in the Grand Palace. And the Royal Motorcade has just arrived. So at around 1900 hours, the Royal Motorcade, having arrived at the gate of the Dusit Maha Prasat Front Hall beside the Rajakaranya Sabha Hall, Their Majesties the King and Queen will then proceed to the Rajakaranya Sabha Hall and will be granting audience to Their Majesties the King and Queen of Bhutan. And you can see here the arrival of Their Majesties the King and Queen of Bhutan. They are now entering the compound of the Dusit Maha Prasat Front Hall. And early on this morning at around 10 hours Thai time, His Majesty King Jigme Kisa Namgyel Wangchuk and Her Majesty Queen Jetsunpima proceeded to lay a wreath in homage of the royal remains of Her Majesty Queen Sirikit, the Queen Mother, in front of the royal urn of Her Majesty the Queen Mother. And this is the recorded videotape of this morning event when Their Majesties the King and Queen of Bhutan arrived at the Dusit Maha Prasat Front Hall to pay respect to the royal remains of Her Majesty Queen Sirikit, the Queen Mother. The relationship between the Kingdom of Thailand and the Kingdom of Bhutan stands as a remarkable example of diplomatic friendship that built upon shared cultural values, beliefs, and a common spiritual foundation. This relationship is profound and enduring, transcending mere exchanges of economic and political interests. Despite differences in geography, climate, economy, country size and population, both countries share a sense of closeness and similarity that their people have felt for more than 3 decades of official diplomatic relations between them. The Kingdom of Bhutan, a name derived from Hindi meaning land of the high or the land of the thunder dragon in the local language, is home to the Himalayan mountain range where the peaks rise over 7,000 meters above sea level. While in Thailand, the diverse terrain includes the mountains with its highest point being Doi Intanon at the level of 2,565 meters above sea level in the northern region. Although the two nations are vastly different in size, the relationship between the two countries has been one of equality, respect, and genuine goodwill. It is a relationship rooted in shared cultural, religious, and human values. This is the wreath laid this morning by Their Majesties the King and Queen of Bhutan. And Their Majesties will be attending the Royal Abidama chanting ceremony for the royal remains of Her Majesty Queen Sirikit, the Queen Mother, this evening too. You can see that Their Majesties are now paying respect in the traditional Bhutanese way in front of the royal urn of Her Majesty Queen Sirikit, the Queen Mother. Although separated by almost 2,000 kilometers, which is about 4-hour flight, Thailand and Bhutan share a deep sense of emotional, cultural, and value-based closeness that has been evident for a long time. This bond is reflected in both state-level diplomacy and the friendships between their peoples. But most importantly, the cordial and close relations between the royal families of the two countries. This continued since the time of the fourth king of Bhutan, who had close relationship with King Rama IX, or His Majesty King Bhumibol Adulyadej the Great, and that continued to the present king of Bhutan, King Jigme Khesa Namgyel Wangchuk. Both countries have fostered a model of development and cooperation that is not based on competition or dominance, but on understanding and mutual cooperation for the collective well-being. This serves as a true example of how small and large countries alike can build positive international relations in the modern world. The bond between the Thai and Bhutanese royal families goes beyond ordinary diplomatic relations, rooted in deep mutual respect and understanding. When His Majesty King Bhumibol Adulyadej the Great fell ill, His Majesty King Jigme Khesa Namgyel Wangchuk graciously directed all monasteries to pray for His Majesty's recovery. And after his passing, Their Majesties, the King and Queen of Bhutan, visited Thailand to offer their condolences, demonstrating their profound respect, as we have seen again this time with the passing of Her Majesty Queen Sirikit, the Queen Mother. You can see the platform over which the royal urn of Her Majesty Queen Sirikit, the Queen Mother, is being placed on, and you can see the long piece of rope, decorated rope, which serve as the connector between the royal urn and the monastic platform, where the merit making will be made by Their Majesties the King and Queen. And symbolically, this is a way of transferring or transmitting the merit made towards the royal urn of Her Majesty Queen Sirikit, the Queen Mother. You can see here in the middle of the picture the 9-tier Great White Umbrella of State. The 9-tiered Great White Umbrella of State, according to the royal coronation ceremony, when His Majesty the King receives the anointment water at the Atatit Uttumpon royal throne, the Brahmin priest will present the 9-tiered Great White Umbrella of State in humble tribute. Then royal officials carry it in procession to the Pattarabit throne hall, where His Majesty receives the royal regalia, royal decorations of the highest orders, and royal utensils, signifying the full sovereign kingship. The portrait of Her Majesty Queen Sirikit, the Queen Mother, surrounded by her royal utensils being placed there. These accompanied the royal status of Her Majesty Queen Sirikit, the Queen Mother, and these comprise the gold royal betel nut offering tray with lotus design enamel, complete set, the gold royal betel nut casket with lotus design enamel, together with the gold tray with lotus design enamel, the gold royal spittoon with lotus design enamel. These are some of the royal utensils being placed or accompanying this making ceremony on the occasion of the royal funeral ceremony. Thailand pays tribute to Her Majesty Queen Sirikit, the Queen Mother, whose lifelong dedication to preserving and revitalizing Thai arts and crafts has transformed traditional local wisdom into a legacy of national pride and intellectual property. The Director General of the Department of Intellectual Property emphasized Her Majesty's far-reaching vision in sustaining the craft of hand-woven textiles by encouraging artisans to preserve their distinctive patterns, colors, and traditional methods. Through Her Majesty's guidance, these cultural treasures have become sources of sustainable income and community empowerment across Thailand. So when the event this evening takes place at around 7 p.m. Thai time, when the royal motorcade of Their Majesties the King and Queen arrives at the gate of the Dusit Maha Prasat Throne Hall beside the Rajakaranya Sabha Hall, His Majesty will proceed into the Karanya Sabha Hall and will grant a royal audience to Their Majesties the King and Queen of Bhutan. At the appropriate time, Their Majesties will proceed out of the Karanya Sabha Hall to the Dusit Maha Prasat Throne Hall. His Majesty will ascend the exterior stairs of the Piman Rataya Throne Hall, and Their Majesties will proceed into the Dusit Maha Prasat Throne Hall, passing the royal family members in attendance. Her Royal Highness Princess Siriwanwari Narirat Rajakanya will be standing in front of the royal chair, and Tan Pujing Ploy Pailin Jensen will be standing in front of the chair. Their Majesties the King and Queen of Bhutan will stand in front of the royal seats. Their Majesties the King and Queen will proceed to light Krung Thong Noi, or the small golden offering candles, before the royal urn and will pay homage. Her Majesty the Queen will stand in front of the royal seat, while His Majesty the King will proceed to light the incense and candles of the two-tiered golden offering tray in homage to the Buddha image of Her Majesty Queen Sirikit, the Queen Mother's birthday, which is enshrined at the base of the 9-tiered Great White Umbrella of State, and he will be paying homage. His Majesty the King will then proceed past the high-ranking officers and civil servants in attendance to light the incense and candles of the Mother of Pearl offering tray before the Chanting Pavilion of the Royal Abidama ceremony on both the eastern and western sides at the northern corner of the Dusit Maha Prasat Throne Hall, and he will make a bow of respect. His Majesty will receive the homage of those in attendance and will take his seat on the royal seat, right opposite the monastic platform. The honorific monks will chant the Abidama scripture. When the chanting of the Abidama scripture is completed for 4 rounds, the officers in white, one senior monk who will be giving the royal blessings, and 8 Abidama chanting monks to be seated on the monastic platform. Then His Majesty the King will proceed to offer robes and will then be returning to the royal seat. The monk will then perform the Sapakon chanting. And in the royal traditions of Thailand, when a member of the royal family passes away, a special and highly revered Buddhist ceremony is performed, and this rite is known as Sapakon. Sapakon refers to a royal memorial chanting ceremony conducted exclusively for the highest members of the monarchy. During this sacred ritual, the monks recite passages from the 7 treatises of the Abidama, the profound Buddhist teachings on the nature of mind, consciousness, and ultimate truth. This chanting accompanies a series of ritual offerings. Incense and candles are lit, symbolic water of dedication is poured, and ceremonial robes are humbly presented to the Sangha, the community of monks. Each gesture represents deep reverence, compassion, and the aspiration for spiritual purity on behalf of the royal personage being honored. You can see in the picture right now the 9-tiered Great White Umbrella of State, Nokpapadon Mahasawitachat. This is a 9-tiered umbrella. Originally was covered with patat, or traditional cloth, But during the reign of King Rama IV, His Majesty graciously commanded the cloth be changed to white fabric with 3 tiers of frills trimmed with gold leaf wire and adorned with golden champa pendants. The umbrella is topped with a pointed spire in the form of a stupa. It is set up above the royal throne in accordance with royal tradition and is regarded as the most important of the royal regalia. And on this occasion, His Majesty the King graciously commanded the erection of the 9-tiered white royal umbrella above the royal urn, marking the first time in the history that the 9-tier white royal umbrella, the highest insignia of royal dignity, has been bestowed upon a member of the royal family on the maternal side. You can see also the royal urn of Her Majesty Queen Sirikit, the Queen Mother. This is the interior of the Pratinang Dusit Maha Prasat, or Dusit Maha Prasat Throne Hall, which is one of the oldest major buildings within the Grand Palace complex. Originally built early in the Ratanakosin of the late 18th century by King Rama I, King Puttayotpha Chulalok the Great. The building is cruciform or cross-shaped in plan, with a high roof and spire, and retains the purely Thai traditional palace hall style. Historically, it is served as an audience hall for state functions and also as the lying-in-state hall for monarchs, queens, and royals. Its primary surviving function today remains lying-in-state for members of the royal family, and it is considered among the least altered of the palace's older halls. Because of its preservation and the traditional style, it is a key reference point for Thai palace architecture, especially within the context of the Grand Palace and royal ritual architecture. Although the interior may not always be open depending on the state and royal functions, the exterior and its place in the complex are highly valued for historical and architectural study. As for the chanting of the Abidama, these refer to a formal Buddhist ritual in which monks recite teachings from the Abidama Pitaka, one of the 3 major divisions of the Tipitaka, or the Buddhist Pali Canon. The Abhidhamma contains deep analytical teachings about mind and mental processes, ethical states and mental qualities, the nature of reality or the ultimate truth, and causality and how experiences arise. It is considered the most advanced and philosophical section of Buddhist scripture. In Thai royal tradition and in many Buddhist cultures, the chanting is believed to bring peace to the deceased. It reminds listeners of impermanence and the path to liberation. It supports the spiritual well-being of all who attend. For royal funerals in particular, Abidama chanting symbolizes honor at the highest level of respect, blessings, and merit dedicated to the royal person, and a spiritual guard for the journey beyond. So the chanting of Abhidama scriptures is the recitation by Buddhist monks of the analytical teachings of the Abhidama Pitaka, traditionally performed to honor the deceased and dedicate merit, especially in royal funeral ceremonies. As for the royal ritual monks that will be chanting the Abhidama scriptures for this evening, they are honorific monks from วัดบวรนิเวศวิหาร and วัดสุทัศน์เทพวราราม So for tonight they'll be chanting the Abidama scriptures at 7 p.m. and 9 p.m. That will be accompanied by the sounding of the ceremonial time marking music. Then early tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. the chanting of Abidama scripture by the royal ritual monks will take place in company by the sounding of the ceremonial time marking music. The sounding of this ceremonial time marking music is known in Thai as Prakom Yam Yam, which is an ancient royal tradition of performing Thai music as part of the royal ceremonies of the royal funeral or the funeral of royal family members. It serves as a component signifying the royal and noble dignity and prestige of His Majesty the King as well as members of the royal family. In addition, it serves as a signal marking the hours or time to indicate the schedule for the performance of duties. In the past, only a single ensemble of the gong and trumpets, the oboe and the victory drums of the royal ceremonial ensemble of the Bureau of the Royal Household was used. The performers, dressed in ancient royal court attire in red, serve as the ceremonial musicians according to royal rank and dignity. The performance consisted of 8 sessions per day, or one performance every 3 hours, which in ancient terms was called performing throughout day and night, beginning from 6 a.m. until 3 a.m. of the following day. For the royal funeral ceremony of Her Majesty Queen Sirikit, the Queen Mother, sacred war drums also beaten. So the Prakom band is a traditional Thai court musical ensemble tasked with performing Prakom music at the royal events, the Prakom Yam Yam. Thus, in the royal Buddhist funeral tradition, the sounding of the ceremonial time marking music means the regulated playing of court ceremonial instrumentation by the Prakom band at fixed intervals to mark and accompany the stages of the ritual for the royal remains. During the ceremony, there will be part when Their Majesties the King and Queen pour lustre water into a receptacle, following the presentation of saffron robes as merit-making to the congregation of monks. In the sacred traditions of Thai royal rites in relation to the royal funeral, there is a moment of profound meaning, a moment where devotion becomes visible through a single graceful act, the pouring of lustre water. This ceremonial water, meticulously blessed by the Sangha or the monk, represents the collective merit of an entire nation. As Their Majesties pour the water gently into the ceremonial vessel, it symbolizes the dedication of pure and boundless merit to the revered royal personage who has passed on. Every droplet carries a message of love and remembrance. Every ripple signifies a prayer for peace, liberation, and a noble transcendence beyond the impermanence of earthly life. Surrounding the royal family, the monks chant blessings, ancient verses echoing wisdom and compassion. In that harmonious resonance, the act of pouring becomes a bridge between worlds, the temporal and the eternal, the earthly and the celestial. This ritual embodies the essence of Buddhist belief that merit, when offered with sincerity, guides the spirit forward on its journey towards a realm of higher peace. And so in this solemn moment, the nation watches, the hearts of the people united in reverence, as the lustre water flows, gently carrying with it a river of gratitude, a testament to a lifetime of grace, virtue, and unwavering devotion. So we'll witness that particular act during the ceremony today. Here's a Buddha image, a small Buddha image of Her Majesty Queen Sirikit, the Queen Mother. This is also known in Thai as พระพุทธรูปประจำพระชนมวาล It refers to the Buddha image commissioned by the king or members of the royal family to commemorate their significant occasion, such as birthday or royal birth anniversary. The creation of Buddha images for the birthday anniversary has a long history since the Ratanakosin era, beginning during the reign of King Nangklao or Rama III, who graciously commissioned the Buddha images for the birthday anniversary in dedication to his royal father and his royal grandfather. The royal motorcade of Their Majesties the King and Queen has now arrived within the ground of the Grand Palace. His Majesty will proceed to Rajagaranya Sabha, and we have a royal audience with Their Majesties the King and Queen of Bhutan. Here, Their Majesties the King and Queen enter the boundary of the Dusit Maha Prasat throne hall, proceeding along the platform. They're having here's inside of the Dusit Maha Prasat throne hall, where it is now ready to humbly welcome the arrival of Their Majesties the King and Queen. Rajagaranya Sabha, which is the structure just by the gate of the Dusit Maha Prasat throne hall, is situated in the inner court of the Thai Royal Palace complex. King Chulalongkorn or Rama V commissioned the construction of this building to serve as a council hall for state affairs during his royal visit to Europe in 1897, and it was used as the main venue for government discussions and meetings in his absence. It is a two-story structure positioned on the south side of Pratinang Ampon Pimo Prasat and to the east of Dusit Maha Prasat throne hall. And this is where Their Majesties the King and Queen of Thailand and Their Majesties the King and Queen of Bhutan are having audience. We have mentioned about the close relation between the two countries, Thailand and Bhutan. The friendship between the two countries has become an example, a model of meaningful international relations, which is highly sought after in the modern world, where humanity is in search of the true meaning of progress and genuine happiness. As both countries emphasize sustainability with humans at the center, these cooperative efforts will undoubtedly have a positive impact on both the region and the world. Their Majesties the King and Queen have now arrived in the interior of the Dusit Maha Prasat throne hall. They have walked past the royal family members in attendance, Her Royal Highness Princess Sirikit ท่านผู้หญิงพลอยไพลินเจนเซน Their Majesties the King and Queen of Bhutan stand in front of the royal seats, accompanied by Her Majesty the Queen. His Majesty the King proceeds to light Krung Thong Noi, or the small golden offering candles, before the royal urn and has paid homage. His Majesty is now proceeding to light the incense and candles of the two-tiered golden offering tray in homage to the Buddha image of Her Majesty Queen Sirikit, the Queen Mother's birthday, at the base of the 9-tier Great White Umbrella of State, and paid homage. And he now proceeds to proceed to light the incense and candles of the Mother of Pearl offering tray before the chanting pavilion of the Royal Abidama ceremony on both the eastern and western sides at the northern corner of the Dusit Maha Prasat throne hall. He's now returning to the royal seat.
ยุตตายะถาโยกังเตปัญญาสะสะภาวะโตจิตตะเจนตสิกาธรรมันเตสันดานิยถาระหังเวดนาเหตุโตกิจจะดวาราลัมบานวัตถุโตจิตตุปปาดาวเสเนวังสังกโหนามานิยะเตสุขังดุขะมุเปกขะติติวิทาตัตทาเวดนาโสมนัสสังโดมนัสสังอิติเพเดนาปัญจทานสุขเมกัตถาดุกขันจะโดมนัสสังด้วยเยทิตังดวสันทิสุโสมนัสสังปัญจปัญญาสเกตรังชาวัตถุนิสิตากาเมนสัตตรูเปจตุปิธานติวัตถุนิสิตารูปเป็นธาตุเอกานิสิตามตามเตจัตตาริสนิจสายยังด้วยจัตตาริสัจจยะเรอนิจสายะจานิจสายะปาการุมปาอานิจสิตาอิจจานุรุตทาราจิเตอาเพธามมัตทาสังกะเฮตติโยปริตเชโดยยัง อ ตตะวะเสเนวังปวัตเตยะโมเดริโตปวัตติสังฆโหนามาสันทิยันดานนิวุตจะเตปุถุชนานาลักหันเตสุทธาวาเสสุสัพบาทาโสตปันนาจะสังเกดันกาเมโนจาปิปุกกะลาอิทังมหังกตังปุญญังยะถาภูมิววัฏทิตังจะเนติสัตติสังปากังปฏิสันทิปปวัตติยังอารุปปัจจุติยาหนติเหตุทิมารุปปวัตชิตาปรมารุปปัสสันทิจังตถากาเมติเหตุการรูปาวจรจุติยังอเหตุรหิตาสิยุสัพพกามติเหตุมหันกาเมสเววะปะเนทะรังปฏิสันทิภวังกวีทิโยจุติเจหตถาหาวันตะเรปุณสันทิภวังกมิตจายังปริวัตตติจิตตสันตเตปฏิสังขายปเนตมัตทุวังอธิกันตวาปดมัตจุตัมบุทานสุสมุตชินนาสิเนหาบันทานนาสมเมตสันติจิราสุป จิเตอาเพธามัตทาสังกะเฮปัญจโมปริตเชโดยังสัมมาเสเนวานิทิโต
You're watching the live telecast of the Royal Merit Making Ceremony and the chanting of Abidama scriptures for the royal remains of Her Majesty Queen Sirikit, the Queen Mother, at Dusit Maha Prasat Throne Hall within the ground of the Grand Palace, Bangkok. The chanting of the 4 rounds of Abidama scriptures has now been completed. The officers will now invite one senior monk who will be giving the royal blessings or Twai Adirek to the monarch and members of the royal family, and 8 Abidama chanting monks, as you can see in the picture now, to be seated on the monastic platform on the Dusit Mahaprasad Throne Hall. In the meantime, the court officials are preparing to spread the Pusayong, which is a long piece of decorated cloth, also known as a streamer, with supporting rods, which symbolically serves to connect the royal urn of Her Majesty Queen Sirikit, the Queen Mother, to the monastic platform, so that merit made by the offering of saffron robes by Their Majesties the King and Queen, and the chanting of blessings by the monks can be transmitted to the royal urn. In a moment, His Majesty the King will proceed to offer the robes. The monks will then perform the Sapakon chanting. As I have mentioned before, the royal traditions of Thailand, when a member of the royal family passes away, a special and highly revered Buddhist ceremony, also known as Sapakon, is performed. Sapakon refers to a royal memorial chanting ceremony conducted exclusively for the highest members of the monarchy. And during this sacred ritual, monks recite passages from the 7 treatises of the Abidama, the profound Buddhist teachings on the nature of mind, consciousness, and ultimate truth. So this chanting accompanies a series of ritual offerings. Incense and candles are lit, symbolic water of dedication is poured, and ceremonial robes are humbly presented to the monks. Each gesture represents deep reverence, compassion, and the aspiration of spiritual purity on behalf of the royal personage being honored. You can see that the Pusayong is being laid in front of the monks, supported underneath by a long piece of white cloth, that is to prevent the Pusayong to be in contact with the surface of the platform, since Pusayong is regarded as auspicious and therefore need to be maintained in its purity. So symbolically it is being placed in an auspicious manner, being supported by the white long piece of cloth. His Majesty the King is now placing the offering of the saffron robes on top of the pusayong. You can see that this is being placed rectangularly to the pusayong, a traditional way of presenting the patrai or saffron robes to the monks. The monks will now chant Sapakon, a requiem for the deceased. Their Majesties the King and Queen will now pour the lustre water as a mark of the dissemination of merit made to the deceased.
Tawariwaha pura paripurenti sakalang Ewa mewa ito tinang petanang upakapati Ichitang patitang tumahang kipamewa samichatu Sapphe purendu sangkapa Janto panna so yatha mani choti na so yatha Sapphi tiyo vivachanto sapalo ko vinatato mate pavatvantalayo sukhiti Sapiyatiyo vivachanto sapalo ko vinatato mate pavatvantalayo sukhiti kayuko pavasapiyatiyo vivachanto sapalo ko vinatato mate pavatvantalayo sukhiti kayuko bhava-abhivatana sirita nityang uttapajayino cataro ammavattanti ayuvanno sukhang Simme akasimme yati mita sakaja me petanang takinang tacha pope katamano sarang nahironang masoko vayavanya palitevananatang petang Taya ewang tirtanti yatayo ayan jakota kinatina sangkami supati titati karatang hitaya satana so upakapati soya tithammo jayang nitasito petana puja jakata ulala palanjan bhikkhu namano patinang tumhe punyang pasutang anapakanti Atireka vasasatang jivato Atireka vasasatang jivato Atireka vasasatang jivato Tikayuko hotu aroko hotu
ทีฆายุโกโหตุอโรโกโหตุสุขิโตโหตุปรเมนตมหาราชาสัพปรมราชินีสิทธิกิจจังสิทธิกัมมังสิทธิลาโภชโยนิจังปรเมนทมหาราชวรสะปรมราชินียาสหะภวตุสัพพทาขอถวายพระพรภวตุสัพพมังคลังรักขันตุสัพพเทวตาสัพพพุทธานุภาเวนัสสทธาโสติภวันตุเตภวตุสัพพมังคลังรักขันตุสัพพเทวตาสัพพธรรมานุภาเวนัสสทธาโสติภวันตุเตภวตุสัพพมังคลังรักขันตุสัพพเทวตาสัพพสังฆานุภาเวนัสสทธาโสติภวันตุเต
Their Majesties the King and Queen have poured the lustre water as the symbolically disseminating the merit made to the deceased. The monks offered commendation on the good deeds performed or Thawai Anumotana, the royal blessings or Thawai Adirek, and offering prayers before departing the throne hall or Thawai Praphon La. The event today is also being attended by Their Majesty the King and Queen of Bhutan, with their close relationship between the two royal family. The relationship between the Thai and Bhutanese royal families is a model of enduring friendship, and it will grow even stronger with every passing year, particularly the recent royal visit by Their Majesties the King and Queen of Thailand. These visits further strengthen and deepen this beautiful bond. Buddhism is the foundation of life and pillar of society in both countries. While Thailand adheres to the Theravada Buddhism, Bhutan follows Vajrayana Buddhism with differences in rituals. Both share a commitment to the same principles of Dharma and ethics. Devotion to the Triple Gem has a significant impact on the lives, behavior and culture of both peoples, emphasizing the practice of kindness, compassion, and the pursuit of inner peace. Religious practices, merit-making, and alms offerings are integral to daily life in both nations, and exchanges amongst religious representatives and Buddhist-related activities are held regularly. His Majesty the King has paid homage in front of the offering tray before the royal platform of the 9-tiered Great White Umbrella of State to pay homage to the principal Buddha image, the Buddha image of Her Majesty Queen Sirikit, the Queen Mother. They have now moved before the royal urn to pay homage, accompanied by members of the royal family and Their Majesties the King and Queen of Bhutan. Cultural and value similarities can also be observed in shared principles between the two countries, such as simplicity, respect for others, and a collective sense of social responsibility. These values are reflected in the daily lives of the Thai and Bhutanese peoples, particularly when traveling outside major cities where these values are even more apparent. Both Thais and Bhutanese express humility, friendliness, generosity, and respect for the elderly. These characteristics stem from similar value systems that emphasize a simple happiness, happiness not reliant on material wealth, but rather focused on inner peace. This contrasts with the modern focus in many developed countries on wealth and their growing interest in this concept of happiness and inner peace. Humility and compassion thus become fundamental qualities of the citizens of both nations. Bhutan's gross national happiness concept, or GNH concept, which emphasizes balanced development across the country, across the economy, the mental well-being, environment, and culture, shares a fundamental similarity with Thailand's philosophy of sufficiency economy, which His Majesty King Bhumibol Adulyadej the Great graciously introduced to the Thai people. Both concepts assert that development should not only be measured by economic growth, but should also prioritize happiness and also life balance. Consequently, both nations embrace a lifestyle closely tied to nature and the environment. Sustainable living is an important point of convergence between Thailand and Bhutan, where the focus on long-term sustainability is clear. Since the establishment of diplomatic relations in 1989, cooperation between the two countries has expanded across various fields, particularly those crucial to the development and quality of life of their people. In education, Thailand has offered scholarships to Bhutanese civil servants and students, especially in the fields such as medicine, public health, science, environmental studies, and public administration. Thailand has become a popular destination for Bhutanese individuals seeking education, and the Thai International Cooperation Agency, or TICA, has played a key role in human resource development in Bhutan, creating a network of new leaders who have deep ties to Thailand. In healthcare, Bhutan has placed its trust in Thailand's healthcare system, sending doctors, nurses, and experts for training in Thailand. And these areas of training cover integrated medicine, preventive healthcare, and health system management. Thailand has also learned from Bhutan's model of community health and the sustainable use of traditional medicine. In tourism, especially cultural tourism, Thai travelers frequently visit Bhutan to experience its cultural and natural values. They seek to witness true happiness amidst the mountains, driven by faith and a desire to experience peace. Thai tourists often speak warmly of the Bhutanese hospitality they encounter. Likewise, Bhutanese visitors to Thailand feel at home, embraced by the friendliness of the Thai people, the convenience of English as a common language, and the shared religious and cultural values. The people of Bhutan admire Thailand's progress, yet appreciate its simplicity. Those who come to study or work in Thailand feel welcomed, almost as if they are at home. Their deep cultural and emotional connection ensures that the relationship between the two nations extends beyond government to the hearts of their people. So you're watching the live transmission from Dusit Maha Prasat Hall, the royal merit-making ceremony and the chanting of the Abidama scripture for the royal remains of Her Majesty Queen Sirikit, the Queen Mother. Today, the event is being presided over by Their Majesties the King and Queen, and also attended by members of the royal family, and the royal visit of Their Majesties the King and Queen of Bhutan. His Majesty the King and members of the royal family have made several visits to the Kingdom of Bhutan, both on official visits and private visits. Her Royal Highness Princess Kalayaniwattana, Gromhulwng Narathiwat Rajanakarin, was the first member of the Thai royal family to visit Bhutan privately in 1988. At that time, the two countries had not yet established formal diplomatic relations. Her Royal Highness Achi Pempem Wangchuk, younger sister of His Majesty King Jigme Sinye Wangchuk, the fourth King of Bhutan, extended a reception and hospitality during the visit. Her Royal Highness Princess Maha has paid several visits to Bhutan. She initiated important cooperation projects that have contributed to improving the quality of life of the Bhutanese people, such as the cooperation project on children and youth between the Kingdom of Thailand and the Kingdom of Bhutan under the royal initiative of Her Royal Highness Princess Maha providing assistance to Bhutan since 2007 to help enhance the quality of life of children and youth in terms of nutrition and public health. Her Royal Highness graciously granted trainings and study visits to the school feeding project working groups of Bhutan. And later in 2011, the project on improving the quality of life of children and youth under royal patronage began to be implemented in various schools in cooperation with the Ministry of Education of Bhutan, such as the project to improve the quality of life of children and youth at Yurung Lower Secondary School in Pemagachel, the project to improve the quality of life of children and youth at Geneka Lower Secondary School in Thimphu, and the project to improve the quality of life of children and youth at Wanaka Lower Secondary School in Paro, among others. As for the preparation of the royal merit-making ceremony, the National Office of Buddhism issued an urgent circular dated 25th of October outlining the Sangha Supreme Council of Thailand's resolution following the passing of Her Majesty Queen Sirikit, the Queen Mother. Their Majesties the King and Queen of Thailand and Bhutan are now leaving the area of the Dusit Maha Prasat throne hall. We come to the final part of our live telecast. They're now leaving from the Rajakaranya Sabha and the Dusit Maha Prasat throne hall to proceed to the motorcade at the gate of the Dusit Maha Prasat throne hall to proceed back to Amphon Sathan residential hall at the Dusit Palace. Their Majesties the King and Queen will be accompanied by Her Noble Consort Sininath Pilat Kalayani. According to the Bureau of the Royal Household, the King has graciously commanded the Bureau to organize the royal funeral ceremonies with the highest honors, in accordance with royal tradition. The Sangha Supreme Council, in response to this solemn occasion, has issued the directives for observance by the Sangha, temples across Thailand and temples abroad. The royal motorcade of Their Majesties the King and Queen is now leaving the Grand Palace. Television Pool Thailand has been bringing you this live telecast of the royal merit making and the chanting of the Abidama scripture for the royal remains of Her Majesty Queen Sirikit, the Queen Mother, which will take place again tomorrow at the same time, and will start the live telecast at 6:50 p.m. Thai time. So please tune in again for the live telecast. Your narrator has been Captain Dr. Yongyut Mayalab. Thank you for watching this live telecast from Television Pool Thailand. As for today, we would like to bid you farewell and goodbye. สวัสดีครับ In this last part of the live telecast, let me inform you about the arrangement of the Sangha Supreme Council. In response to this solemn occasion, it has issued the following directives for observance by the Sangha, temples across Thailand and Thai temples abroad. First is about the establishment of royal altars. All temples are to prepare a royal altar displaying a portrait or painting of Her Majesty Queen Sirikit, the Queen Mother, accompanied by appropriate offerings, floral arrangements and candles. The altar should be placed with the ordination hall or main ceremonial area and open for public homage. Secondly, daily merit-making ceremonies. Temples are to conduct daily prayer or Abidama recitations for 30 consecutive days, beginning October the 26th, dedicating the merit to Her Majesty, and special merit ceremonies on commemorative days, on the 7th day, 15th day, 50th day, and 100th day. The royal motorcade of Their Majesties the King and Queen has now departed from the Grand Palace. This is the live telecast by the Television Pool Thailand. Please join us again tomorrow at 6:50 p.m. Thai time for the live telecast of the Royal Merit Making Ceremony and the chanting of the Abidama scripture for the royal remains of Her Majesty Queen Sirikit, the Queen Mother. From Television Pool Thailand, thank you and goodbye. สวัสดีครับ